The Bahir, a New Working English translation from the public domain Hebrew text. Section 1. Rabbi Nehemiah ben Hakana said, one verse says, now they do not see the light. It is bright in the skies. Another verse says, he made darkness his hiding place. And another says, cloud and thick darkness are around him. A third verse comes and decides between them. Even darkness does not darken from you. Night shines like day. Darkness is as light. Section 2, Rabbi Barakia said, what is the meaning of the verse? And the earth was tu and bohu. What was imply that it had already been tohu? And what is tohu? Something that makes human beings wonder. And what is bohu? And when it returned to bohu, and what is bohu? Something that has substance in it. As the word itself teaches, bohu in it, it is. Section 3, why did the Torah begin with the letter bet? Because blessing begins with bet. And from where do we know that the Torah is called blessing? It is said, filled with the blessing of the Lord, sea and south he shall inherit. Sea means Torah. As it is said, its measure is broader than the sea. What then means filled with the blessing of the Lord? Every place where bet appears is a language of blessing, as we say in the word bereshit, in the beginning. And beginning means wisdom, as it is said. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, and wisdom itself is blessing, as it is said. God blessed Solomon, and again the Lord gave wisdom to Solomon. A parable, to what may this be compared? To a king who married his daughter to his son, gave her to him at the wedding, and said to him, do with her as you wish. Section 4. And what is this blessing? Is it the language of Baruch, blessed? Perhaps it is the language of Berek, knee, as it is written, to me every knee shall bend. It is the place where every knee bends, a parable. To what may this be compared? To people who seek to see the king's face, but do not know where his house is. First they ask, where is the king's house? After that they ask, where is the king? Therefore it is said to me, every knee shall bend, even those above, and every tongue shall swear. Section 5. Rabbi Rehumai sat and expounded. What is the meaning of the verse? Filled with the blessing of the Lord, sea and south he shall inherit. In every place that is blessed, for it is the fullness, as it is said, filled with the blessing of the Lord. From there it waters those who need it, and from the fullness counsel was first taken. A parable, to what may this be compared? To a king who wished to build his palace on strong rocks. He cut stones and hewed rocks, and a great spring of water came forth for him, living waters. The king said, since I have flowing water, I will plant a garden, and I will delight in it. I and all the world, this is what is written. Then I was beside him as a nursling, and I was his delight day by day, playing before him every time. The 2,000 years I was in the bosom of the Holy One, blessed be he. As delight, for it says day by day, and a day of the Holy One, blessed be he, is 1,000 years. As it is said, for 1,000 years in your eyes are like yesterday, when it passes. From then onward, it is at times, as it is said, at every time, and the remainder is forever, as it is said, I will restrain my praise for you. What is my praise? As it is written, a praise of David. I will exalt you. It is because I will exalt you. And what is exaltation? It is because I will bless your name forever and ever. Section 6. And what is blessing? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who planted trees in his garden. Even though rain fell and the ground was always drawing water, and even though the ground was moist and drawing continually, he still had to water the trees from the spring. So it is said, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Good understanding belongs to all who do them. And if you would say that anything is lacking, the verse answers, his praise stands forever. Section 7. Rabbi Amorai sat and expounded. What is the meaning of the verse? Filled with the blessing of the Lord, sea and south he shall inherit. This is what Moses said. If you walk in his statutes, you will inherit this world and the world to come. The world to come is compared to the sea. As it is said, its measure is broader than the sea. This world is compared to the south. As it is said, you have given me land in the Negev, which the Targum renders, the southern land. Section 8. And why did the Holy One, blessed be he, add the letter Heh to Abraham more than any other letter, so that all the limbs of a human being might become worthy of the life of the world to come, which is compared today. In this way, as it were, the structure was completed in him, as it is written, for in the image of God he made the human being. And Abraham by gematria is 248, the number of the limbs of a human being. What is the meaning of the verse, he shall inherit? It should have said possess. Rather, even the Holy One, blessed be he, is included. This is the meaning of possess Yah, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had 2 treasuries and set one of them aside. After some days he said to his son, take what is in these 2 treasuries. The son said, perhaps he will not give me what he set aside. The king said to him, take everything, this is what is written. Sea and south he shall inherit, possess Yah, and everything will be given to you, if only you keep my ways. Rabbi Bunn said, what is the meaning of the verse, from eternity I was established, from the beginning before the earth? What means from eternity, Mule? It means that it must be hidden from all the world. As it is written, he has also placed the world, Ha'olam, in their heart. Do not read Olam world, but Hilam concealment. The Torah said, I came before to be head for the world. As it is said, from eternity I was established from the beginning. And if you say, perhaps the earth came before her, the verse teaches, before the earth. As another verse says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And what does created mean? He created all the needs of everything. And afterward, God. And what is written after that? The heavens and the earth, section 11. And what is the meaning of the verse? God made the one as well as the other. He created bohu and set its place in peace, and he created tuhu and set its place in evil. Bohu is in peace, as it is said, he makes peace in his heights. This teaches that Michael, the minister at the right of the Holy One, blessed be he, is water and hail, while Gabriel, the minister at his left, is fire. The minister of peace stands between them and decides between them. This is what is written, he makes peace in his heights, section 12. And from where do we know that too is an evil? As it is written, he makes peace and creates evil. How is this so? Evil is from Tahu, and peace is from Bohu. He created Tuhu and set its place in evil, as it is said, he makes peace and creates evil. He created Bohu and set its place in peace, as it is said, he makes peace in his heights, section 13. Rabbi Bunn again sat and expounded. What is the meaning of the verse? He forms light and creates darkness. Light has substance, and therefore formation is written of it. Darkness has no substance, and therefore creation is written of it, as you say. He forms mountains and creates wind, and if you wish, say it this way, light has being as it is written, God said, let there be light. Being comes only through making, and therefore it is called formation. Darkness did not have making in it, but only separation and setting apart. Therefore it is called creation, as one says, so-and-so was made whole. Section 14. Why is the letter Bet closed on every side and open in front? To teach you that it is a house for the world. This is the meaning of the saying, the Holy One, blessed be he, is the place of the world, and the world is not his place. Do not read Bet, but Bayit house. This is what is written. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. Section 15. And what does Bet resemble? It resembles a human being formed in wisdom, closed on every side and open in front. And the Aleph is open from behind. This means that is the tail of the Bet, which is open from behind. Were it not so, the human being could not endure. So too, were it not for a house at the tail of the Aleph, the world could not endure. Section 16. Rabbi Rehumai said, the light came before the world, for cloud and thick darkness are around him. And then it is said, God said, let there be light, and there was light. They said to him, before the formation of Israel, your son, will you make him a crown? He said to them, yes, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who looked ahead for his son and found a beautiful crown, praised and excellent. He rejoiced with joy and said, this is fitting for my son's head. They said to him, does he know that his son is worthy? He said, be silent. Thus it arose in thought, and it was known. As it is said, he devised his thoughts. Section 17. Rabbi Amorai sat and expounded, why is Aleph at the head? Because it came before everything, even before the Torah. Section 18. And why is Bet close to it? Because it was first. And why does it have a tail? To show from what place it came. And some say, from there the world was sustained. Section 19. And why is Gimel third? Because it is third, and to make known that it bestows kindness. But Rabbi Akiva said, "Why is Gimel third?" "Because it bestows, grows, and is sustained, as you say. The child grew and was weaned." He said to him, "This is my meaning as well. It grows and bestows kindness on its neighbor, which is with it, and trusted beside it." Section 20. "And why does Gimel have a tail below?" he said to them. "Gimel has a head above, and it resembles a pipe, just as a pipe draws from above and pours below. So Gimel draws through the head and pours through the head and pours through Gimel." Section 21. Rabbi Yohanan said, "On the second day the angels were created, as it is written, he roofs his upper chambers with water, and afterward he makes his angels winds, his ministers flaming fire." Rabbi Levitas ben Tiberus said, "Everyone agrees." And Rabbi Yohanan also agrees that the waters already existed. But on the second day he roofs his upper chambers with water, and who makes the clouds his chariot, and who walks on the wings of the wind. But the messengers were not created until the fifth day. Section 22. All agree that they were not created on the first day, so that they could not say, "Michael stretched the south of the firmament, Gabriel stretched the north, and the Holy One, blessed be he, arranged the middle." Rather, I am the Lord who makes all things, who stretches out the heavens alone, who spreads out the earth for myself. It is written, "Who was with me?" I am the one who planted this tree so that all the world might delight in it. I spread all in it, and I called its name all, for everything depends on it, and everything comes forth from it. All need it. Toward it they gaze, and for it they wait. From their souls fly forth in joy. I was alone when I made it. No angel shall magnify himself over it and say, "I came before you." For even when I spread out my earth in which I planted and rooted this tree, I rejoiced together with them. Who was with me, to whom I revealed this secret? Section 23. Rabbi Rehumai said, "From your words we learn that the Holy One, blessed be he, created the need of this world before the heavens." He said to him, "Yes, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who wanted to plant a tree in his garden. He examined the whole garden to know whether there was a spring of flowing water there to sustain it, but he did not find one. He said, 'I will dig for water and bring forth a spring, so that the tree may endure.' He dug and brought forth a spring of living water. Afterward he planted the tree, and it stood, bore fruit, and prospered in its roots, for it was always watered from the spring." Section 24. Rabbi Yanai said, "The earth was created before the heavens, as it is said, earth and heavens." They said to him, "But is it not written, the heavens and the earth?" He said to them, "A parable? To what may this be compared? To a king who bought a beautiful object, but it was not complete, and he did not call a name over it. He said, 'I will complete it, prepare its base and its joining, and then I will call it by name.' This is what is written. Of old you founded the earth, and afterward the heavens are the work of your hands. And it is said, he wraps himself in light like a garment, stretches out the heavens like a curtain, roofs his upper chambers with water. And it is said, he makes his angels winds, his ministers flaming fire. And afterward he founded the earth on its bases. It shall not be moved forever and ever. When he prepared a base for it, then he strengthened it, as it is said. It shall not be moved. And what is its name? Its name is forever. Its base is called world. This is world forever." Section 25. Rabbi Barakiah said, "What is the meaning of the verse? God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light. Why does it not say, 'And light came to be'? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful object and set it aside until he prepared a place for it. Then he placed it there. This is what is written, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." It teaches that the light already was. Rabbi Amorai said, "What is the meaning of the verse, 'The Lord is a man of war'?" Master Rehumai bar Rabbi said to him, "Do not ask about a matter that is obvious. Listen to me, and I will give you counsel." He said to him, "A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had beautiful dwellings. He gave a name to each one, and each was better than the other. He said, 'I will give my son this dwelling, whose name is Aleph. This one also is good, whose name is Yad. This one also is good, whose name is Shin.' What did he do? He gathered all three and made from them one name, and made from them one house. He said to him, 'How long will you close up your words?' He said to him, 'My son Aleph is the head, Yad is second to it, Shin includes the whole world.' And why does Shin include the whole world? because repentance is written in it. Section 27. His students asked him, "What is Dalet?" He said to them, "A parable. To what may this be compared? To 10 kings who were in one place, and all of them were rich. One of them was rich, but not like any of the others. Even though his wealth was great, he was called poor in relation to the rich." Section 28. They said to him, "What is?" He became angry and said to them, "Did I not tell you not to ask me about a later matter before asking about the first?" They said to him, "But he has written later." He said to them, "It would have been fitting to write Gemal. But why is Jamil Dalet written? Because it should have written Dalet. He said to them, "They are exchanged. Gimel in the place of Dalet at its head in the place of, and Dalet at its point in the place of." Section 29. What is a? He said, "There is a lower. Section 30. They said to him, "What is Vavi?" He said to them, "The world was sealed with 6 extremities." They said to him, "But Vav is one." He said to them, "Is it not written, he wraps himself in light like a garment?" Section 31. Rabbi Amorai said, "Where is the Garden of Eden?" He said to him, "On the earth." Section 32. Rabbi Ishmael expounded to Rabbi Akiva, "What is the meaning of the verse, at the heavens and at the earth?" If the word Iteh had not been said, we would have said that heaven and earth are divinities. He said to him, "By the temple service you have touched the point, but you have not clarified it. You have spoken correctly, but it comes to include the sun, the moon, the stars, and the constellations. And the second E comes to include trees, grasses, and the Garden of Eden." They said to him, "But is it not written, he cast down from heaven to earth the glory of Israel?" If so, did they fall? He said to them. If they read it, they did not repeat it, and if they repeated it, they did not say it a third time. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful crown on his head and a beautiful cloak on his shoulders. Bad news came to him. He cast the crown from his head and the cloak from before him. Section 34. They asked him, "Why is the form of Chet like an opening, with a point in the small opening?" He said to them, "Because all the winds are closed except the northern side, which is open for good and for evil." They said to him, "For good? But is it not written, and behold, a storm wind came from the north, a great cloud and flashing fire? And fire is nothing but burning anger, as it is written. Fire came out from before the Lord and consumed them, and they died." He said to them, "This is not difficult. Here it speaks of the time when Israel does the will of the Omnipresent. There it speaks of the time when Israel does not do his will. When Israel does not do his will, fire is near. When they do his will, the measure of mercy rolls and surrounds, as it is written. He bears iniquity and passes over transgression." Section 35. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who wished to rule over his servants and discipline them. One governor stood up and asked, "For what reason?" The king said to him, "For such and such." The governor said to him, "Your servants have never done this thing, and I stand surety for them. Examine them." Between this and that, the king's anger subsided. Section 36. His students asked him and said, "Why is Dalet thick on the side?" He said to them, "Because of the segel, which is in the opening and is small, as it is said, openings of the world. He placed an opening above and a segel below, and it became thick." Section 37. What is Patach? It is an opening. And what is this opening? It is the northern wind, which is an opening for the whole world. From the gate through which evil goes out, good also goes out. And what is this good? He laughed at them and said, "Did I not tell you it was a small opening?" They said to him, "We have forgotten. Teach it to us again." He taught again and said to them, "A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a throne. Sometimes he carried it in his arm and sometimes on his head." They said to him, "Why?" He said, "Because it is beautiful, and he is reluctant to sit on it." They said to him, "And where does he place it on his head?" He said to them, "In the open, as it is said, truth will spring from the earth, and righteousness will look down from heaven." Section 38. Rabbi Amorai sat and expounded. What is the meaning of the verse? The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. The gates of Zion are the openings of the world. A gate is nothing but an opening, as one says, "Open for us the gates of mercy." Thus the Holy One, blessed be he, said, "I love the gates of Zion when they are open." Why? Because they are from the side of evil. When Israel is good before the omnipresent and worthy for them to be opened for good, the Holy One, blessed be he, loves them more than all the dwellings of Jacob, which are all peace. As it is said, Jacob was a whole man, dwelling in tents. Section 39, a parable. To what may this be compared? To two people. One is prepared to do evil but does good. The other is prepared to do good and does good. Whom do they praise more? The one who is accustomed to do evil and does good, for perhaps he will do it a second time. This is what is written. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob, for they are all peace, as it is said, Jacob was a whole man, dwelling in tents. Section 40. His students asked him, What is Holam? He said to them, It is the soul, and its name is Holam. If you listen to it, your body will be healed in the future for its builders. But if you rebel against it, your illnesses will return upon your head, and Holam is at the head. Section 41. They also said every dream, Kalam, is with Holam, and every white jewel is in Chalam, as it is written. Aklama, section 42, he said to them, Enter and hear the fine points of the vowel marks of the Torah of Moses. He sat and expounded to them. Here it hates the wicked and chastises them. At its side are jealousy, hatred, and rivalry, as it is written, he gnashes his teeth at him. Do not read Kerek gnashed, but Rachek distance. Distance these traits from yourself, and evil will be distant from you. All the more so, good will cling to you. Section 43. Kerek. Do not read Kerek, but Kerak, bear. Wherever here it clings, it remains bare, as it is said, and he clears. Section 44. And how do we know that this Kerek is a language of burning? Because it is a fire that burns all fires, as it is written. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. Section 45 tie. The master said, What is the meaning of the verse? All the people saw the voices and the torches. Can voices be seen? Rather, all the people saw the voices means those voices of which David spoke. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The voice of the Lord is in power. And it is said, By the strength of my hand I have done it. And it is said, My hand founded the earth. The voice of the Lord is in majesty. And Scripture says, Splendor and majesty are his work, and his righteousness stands forever. The voice of the Lord breaks cedars. This is the bough that breaks cypress trees and cedars. The voice of the Lord hews flames of fire. This is the one that makes peace between water and fire. It hews the power of fire and prevents it from licking up the water, and it also prevents the water from extinguishing the fire. The voice of the Lord makes the wilderness tremble. As it is said, he does kindness to his anointed, to David, and to his seed forever, more than the wilderness. The voice of the Lord makes the deer give birth and strips the forest bare. And in his temple all say glory, and it is written, I adjure you, daughters of Jerusalem, by the hosts or by the deer of the field. You have learned that the Torah was given with 7 voices. In all of them, the master of the world was revealed to them, and they saw him. This is what is written. All the people saw the voices. Section 46, one verse says, He bent the heavens and came down, and thick darkness was under his feet. Another verse says, The Lord came down upon Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain. And another verse says, From the heavens I spoke with you. How is this so? His great fire was on the earth, and that was one voice. The rest of the voices were in the heavens, as it is written, From the heavens he made you hear his voice to discipline you. And on the earth he showed you his great fire, and you heard his words from within the fire. And what is this great fire? From where did the speech come forth? From within the fire, as it is said, you heard his words from within the fire. Section 47. And what is the meaning of the verse, You saw no form except a voice? It is as Moses said to Israel, For you saw no whole form, a form but not the whole form. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king standing over his servants, wrapped in a white garment. Is it not enough, because of the awe of the kingdom, that they may not gaze at his garments? And further, the king was far away, and they heard his voice. Could they see his throat? You must say, No. Thus you have learned that they saw a form, but not the whole form. This is what is written. You saw no form except a voice. And it is written, you heard the voice of words. Section 48. One verse says, all the people saw the voices. Another verse says, you heard the voice of words. How is this so? At first they saw the voices. And what did they see? The 7 voices that David spoke of. At the end, they heard the speech that came forth from between them all. But have we not learned that there were 10? The rabbis said, all of them were spoken in one utterance. Yes, all of them were spoken in one utterance. There were 7 utterances of the 7 voices. And concerning 3 of them, it is said, you heard the voice of words, and you saw no form except a voice. Thus you have learned that all of them were spoken in one utterance. And so that Israel would not err and say, others helped him, or one of the angels helped him, for his voice alone could not be so strong. He returned and included them all together. Section 49. Another explanation. So that the world would not say, since they are 10 utterances, perhaps they belong to 10 kings, and perhaps they cannot speak with one mouth. Scripture wrote, I am, and included all 10. And what are the 10 kings? 7 voices and 3 sayings. And what are sayings? As it is written, the Lord has declared you this day. And what are the 3? It is written, the beginning of wisdom. Acquire wisdom, and with all your acquiring, acquire understanding. As another verse says, the breath of Shaddai gives them understanding. The breath of Shaddai is what gives them understanding. What is the 3rd? It is as that old man said to that child, do not expound what is beyond you, and do not investigate what is hidden from you. Understand what has been handed over to you. You have no business with hidden things. Section 50. It was taught, it is the glory of God to conceal matter. What is this matter? As it is said, the beginning of your word is truth, and the glory of kings is to search out a matter. What is this matter? As it is written, a word spoken upon its wheels. Do not read Ophanah of its wheels, but Ophanah of its faces. Section 51. His students asked Rabbi Barakiah, may we set our words before you? He did not give them permission. One time he gave them permission, doing so in order to test whether they had now directed themselves properly. One day he tested them and said to them, let me hear your wisdom. They opened and said, in the beginning, one, and a spirit from before me will be enwrapped, and souls I have made. And the stream of God is full of water. What is this stream? This is what you taught us. We saw that he took the waters of the beginning, divided them, and placed half in the firmament and half in the ocean sea. This is what is written, the stream of God is full of water. Through them a person learns Torah. For Rabbi Hama said, by the merit of acts of kindness a person learns Torah. As it is written, ho, everyone who thirsts, go to the waters, and whoever has no money, go buy and eat, go to him, and he will deal kindly with you. Buy and eat. Section 52. Another explanation, and whoever has no money, go to him, for money is with him, as it is written, mine is the silver, and mine is the gold. What means mine is the gold? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had 2 treasuries, one of silver and one of gold. He placed the silver on his right and the gold on his left. He said, this one shall be ready and easy to bring out. It shall carry out its words gently, cling to the poor, and guide them gently. This is what is written. Your right hand, O Lord, is majestic in power. If he rejoices in his portion, good. But if not, your right hand, O Lord, shatters the enemy. What means your right hand, O Lord? Shatters the enemy, he said to him. This is the gold, as it is written, mine is the silver, and mine is the gold. Section 50. And why is its name called Zahav, gold? Because 3 qualities are included in it. Male Zakar, and that is Zayin, the soul, and that is Heh. And there are 5 names for the soul, Ruach, Chaya, Yekida, Nefesh, Neshama. What is the work of Heh here? It is a throne for Zayin, as it is written, for high above high watches. And that is their existence, as it says in the beginning he created. Section 54. And what is its work here? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a daughter, good, pleasant, beautiful, and complete. He married her to a king's son, clothed her, crowned her, adorned her, and gave her to him with much wealth. Can the king sit outside his house? You must say, no. Can he sit with her all day continually? You must say, no. How then? He placed a window between himself and her. Whenever the daughter needs her father, or the father needs his daughter, They joined together through the window. This is what is written. All of the glory of the king's daughter is within. Her garment is of settings of gold. Section 55. And what is the bet that is written at its end? By wisdom a house will be built. It does not say was built, but will be built. In the future, the Holy One, blessed be He, will build her and adorn her 2001 beyond what she had been. As we have said, why does the Torah begin with bet? Because it is written, I was beside him as a nursling, and I was delight day by day. Day by day means 2,000 years, for she is the beginning. 2. But Scripture says 7, as it is written, the light of the moon shall be like the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold. As we say, just as the sun is for 7. So the moon is for 7, they said, I said 2,000. Section 56, he said to him, until here 5, from here onward what? He said to him, first I will explain gold. What is gold? It teaches that from it judgment goes out. And if you turn your words right or left, be warned by it. Section 57. What is the meaning of the verse? The light of the moon shall be like the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, like the light of the 7 days. It should have said days. Rather, these are the days of which it is written, for 6 days the Lord made, and so forth. His companion said to him, so I have received from what is written, for 6 days the Lord made, as you would say, the Holy One, blessed be He, made 6 beautiful vessels. And what are they? The heavens and the earth. But there are 7. And so it is written, on the 7th day he ceased and was refreshed. What was refreshed? It teaches that the Sabbath day sustains all souls, as it is said, and was refreshed. Section 58, another explanation. It teaches that from there souls fly forth, as it is said, and was refreshed, up to 1,000 generations, as it is said. The word he commanded to 1,000 generations. Next to it is written, which he cut with Abraham, and what means? Which he cut a covenant with him between the 10 fingers of his hands and the 10 toes of his feet. Abraham was ashamed. The Holy One, blessed be He, said to him, as for me, behold, my covenant is with you, and through it you shall become the father of a multitude of nations. Section 59, and what are heavens shamayim? It teaches that the Holy One, blessed be He, kneaded fire and water, struck them together, and made from them the head of His words, as it is written, the beginning of your word is truth. This is what is written, shamayim, there is water, fire and water. He said to him, until here, He makes peace in His heights. He placed peace and love between them. May He place peace and love between us. Section 60. And we also say, 7 times a day I praise you because of your righteous judgments. They said to him, what are they? He said to them, you have not examined my words carefully. Go out and examine them carefully, and you will find them. Section 61. They asked him, what is Sadati? He said to them, it is Nunyad Zadai. Its partner is also Nunyad. This is what is written. The righteous one is the foundation of the world. Section 62. They asked him, what is the meaning of the verse? He took him to the field of watchers. What is the field of watchers? As it is written, come, my beloved, let us go out to the field. What is the field? What is the field? Do not read Hasada, the field, but Hashira, the song. And what is the song? He said to him, his heart says to the Holy One, blessed be He. Come, my beloved, let us go out to the field to walk, and let me not sit continually in one place. Section 63. And what is his heart? He said to him, if so, Ben Zoma is outside, and you are with him. Heart Lev is 32. They were sealed, and with them the world was created. What is 32? He said to him. 32 paths. A parable? To what may this be compared? To a king who was in the innermost chambers, and the number of chambers was 32. Each chamber had its path. Is it fitting for this king that everyone enter his chamber by way of his paths? You must say, no. Is it fitting for him to reveal his pearls, his settings, his hidden things, his treasuries, and his precious things? You must say, no. What did he do? He touched the daughter and included all the paths in her and in her garment. Whoever wishes to enter within should look here. He married her to a king and also gave her to him as a gift. Sometimes, in his love for her, he calls her my sister, for they were from one place. Sometimes he calls her his daughter, for she is his daughter. and sometimes he calls her my mother. Section 64, and further, there is no judgment if there is no wisdom. For it is said, the Lord gave wisdom to Solomon. Afterward he judged the case according to its foundation. As it is said, all Israel heard the judgment that the king had judged, and they feared the king. For they saw that the wisdom of God was within him to do judgment. Section 65. And what wisdom did the Holy One, blessed be he, give to Solomon? Solomon bears the name of the Holy One, blessed be he. As we say, every mention of Solomon in the Song of Songs is holy, except one. The Holy One, blessed be he, said, since your name is like the name of my glory, I will marry my daughter to you. But she is already married. Say rather, she is given to him as a gift, as it is written, the Lord gave wisdom to Solomon, and it does not explain further. And where does it explain? Later, where it is said, for they saw that the wisdom of God was within him to do judgment. This means that the wisdom God gave him, which is with him in his chamber, is within him to do judgment. What means to do judgment? Whenever a person does judgment, the wisdom of God is within him. She helps him and draws him near. If not, she distances him. Not only that, she chastises him as it is written, I too will chastise you. Section 66. Rabbi Rehumai said, what is the meaning of I too? The Holy One, blessed be he, said, I will chastise you. And the assembly of Israel says, do not imagine that I will seek mercy for you. I too will chastise you. It is not enough that I judge the judgment. I too will chastise you. Section 67. What means 7 for your sins? The assembly of Israel said, I too will chastise you. And those of whom it is said, 7 times a day I praise you, joined with her and answered, we too are 7. Even though there is among us one who turns, one appointed over merit and over good, we too will turn and chastise. Why? Because of your sins. But if you return to me, I will return to you, as it is written, return to me, and I will return to you. It does not say, I will bring back, but I will return to you. I will be with you, and all of us will seek mercy from the king. And what does the king say? Return, rebellious children. I will heal your backslidings, and return and cause return. What means return and cause return? Return and ask those 7 to return with you. This is what is written, and cause return those who said 7 for your sins. Section 68. His students asked Rabbi Rehumai, what is the meaning of the verse, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet concerning Shijan? It says prayer, should it not have said praise? Rather, whoever turns his heart away from the affairs of the world and contemplates the work of the chariot is accepted before the Holy One. Blessed be he. Therefore it says prayer. What are Shigiana, as it is written, with her love you shall always be ravished. And what is this, the work of the chariot, as it is written, Lord? I heard your report, I feared. Section 69. Another explanation. What is the meaning of the verse, Lord? I heard your report, I feared. Why, when he says your report, does he say, I feared, but when he says in the midst of years, he does not say, I feared. Rather, from your report, I feared. And what is your report? The place where hearing occurs. And why did he say, I heard? It should have said, I understood. It is like the verse, a nation whose language you do not hear, section 70. And why did he say, I feared? Because the ear has the form of Aleph. And Aleph is the head of all the letters. Not only that, Aleph causes all the letters to have existence. Aleph has the form of the brain. Just as when you remember Aleph, you open your mouth, so thought opens when you think toward what has no end and no limit. From Aleph all the letters came forth. Do you not see that it is at their beginning? And it says the Lord is at their head. We hold that every name written with Yod, Hit, Vav, is set apart for the Holy One. Blessed be he and sanctified in holiness. And what is in holiness? In the palace of holiness? And where is the palace of holiness? You must say, in thought. And this is Aleph. This is what is written. Lord, I heard your report. I feared. Section 71. So Habakkuk said, my prayer I know was accepted with delight, and I too delighted. But when I reached a certain place and understood your report, I feared. Therefore, Lord, enliven your work in the midst of years and your unity, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a faithful king, wondrous and hidden, who entered his house and commanded that no one seek after him. Therefore, one who seeks is afraid, lest the king know that he has transgressed his command. For this reason, he said, I feared, Lord, enliven your work in the midst of years. Thus Habakkuk said, Since your name is so, and in you is your name, enliven your work in the midst of years. So may it be forever. Section 72. Another explanation. Enliven your work in the midst of years, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a precious pearl. It was the delight of his kingdom. In the time of his joy, he would embrace it, kiss it, place it on his head, and love it. Habakkuk said, Even though the angels are with you, that pearl is the delight of your world. Therefore, enliven it in the midst of years. What teaches that years is the language here. It is said, God said, Let there be light, and light is nothing but day, as it is written, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. The years are from days. This is what is written. Enliven it in the midst of years, in the midst of that pearl, which gives birth to the years. Section 73. But is it not written, From the east I will bring your seed, and the sun rises in the east? Yet you said that the pearl is day. I said only this. There was evening and there was morning one day. This is what is written. In the day that the Lord God made earth and heavens. Section 74. But is it not written, He made darkness his hiding place around him, his pavilion dark waters and thick clouds of the skies? He said to him, It is written concerning this, Let the skies drip righteousness, and righteousness is the measure of judgment of the world. As it is said, righteousness, righteousness shall you pursue. And afterward it is written, so that you may live and inherit the land. If you judge yourself, you will live. If not, he will judge you, and you will endure against your will. Section 75. And why does it say righteousness? Righteousness twice. He said to him, Because it is written from the brightness before him. The first righteousness is actual righteousness, and it is the Shekinah, as it is written, righteousness lodged in her. And what is the second righteousness? This is the righteousness that frightens the righteous. And is this righteousness charity or not? No. And why? As it is written, He put on righteousness like a breastplate, a helmet of salvation on his head. His head is nothing but truth, as it is said, The beginning of your word is truth, and truth is nothing but peace. As it is said, There shall be peace and truth in my days. Can a person say such a thing? Rather, this is what Hezekiah said, That measure which you gave to David my father is half my days, and peace and truth are half my days. Therefore he mentioned my days, and he mentioned peace and truth. In my days means that all is one. This is what is written, peace. There was evening, and there was morning one day. Just as the day is peace, so he sought peace, as it is said, There shall be peace and truth in my days, in that measure which you gave to David my father. As it is written, and his throne is like the sun before him. Section 76. And what is the meaning of the verse, In the midst of years make it known? Thus he said, I know that you are the holy God, as it is written, Who is like you, majestic in holiness? Holiness is in you, and you are in holiness. Even so, in the midst of years make it known. And what means make it known? Have mercy. As it is said, God saw the children of Israel, and God knew. What is God knew? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful wife and had children from her. He loved them and raised them. But they went out into evil ways, and he hated them and hated their mother. Their mother returned to them and said, My children, why do you act this way, so that your father hates me and you? At last they repented and returned to do the will of their father. When their father saw this, he loved them as at first, and remembered their mother. This is what is written, God saw the children of Israel, and God knew. And it is written, In the midst of years, make it known. Section 77. And what is the meaning of the verse? In wrath, remember mercy, he said. At the time when your children sin against you, and you are angry with them, remember mercy. And what means remember mercy? Remember the one who said, I love you, Lord, my strength. You gave him this measure, which is the Shekinah of Israel. Remember his son who inherited it, and to whom you gave it, as it is written. The Lord gave wisdom to Solomon. And remember their father Abraham, as it is written. The seed of Abraham, my beloved. This is in the midst of years, make it known. Section 78. From where did Abraham have a daughter? As it is written, the Lord blessed Abraham with everything. And it is written, everyone called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and also made. Was this blessing his daughter, or was it not? Yes, it was his daughter. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a servant whole and complete before him. He tested him with many trials, and he stood firm in all of them. The king said, what shall I give this servant? What shall I do for him? I have only this. I will command my elder brother to advise him, guard him, and honor him. The servant returned with the elder brother and learned his qualities. The brother loved him greatly and called him his beloved, as it is written, the seed of Abraham, my beloved. He said, what shall I give him? What shall I do for him? Behold, I have made a beautiful vessel, and in it are precious pearls unlike any other's treasures of kings. I will give it to him, and he will be worthy in his place. This is what is written. The Lord blessed Abraham with everything. Section 79. Another explanation. I heard your report. I feared means I understood your report, and I feared. What did he understand that made him fear? He understood the thought of the Holy One, blessed be he. Just as thought has no end, for a person thinks and descends to the end of the world, so too the ear has no end and is never filled, as it is written, the ear is not filled from hearing. And what is the zayin in the ear, Azin? Why is it there? Because the ear has the form of Aleph, and Aleph is the root of the 10 Commandments. Therefore the ear is never filled from hearing. Section 80. And what is the zayin written in Ozan ear? We have said that everything the Holy One, blessed be he, brought into his world has a name according to its matter, as it is written. Whatever the human being called each living creature, that was its name. That is to say, that was its body. And from where do we know that a name is the body, as it is written? The memory of the righteous is for blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. Does his name rot? Rather, his body rots. So here too, the name is the body. Section 81. For example, the root of shin, which resembles the root of a tree. The root of every tree is bent. And what is the work of the final shin? To teach you that if you take a branch and plant it, it returns to being a root. And what is the work of zayin? It corresponds to the number of days of the week, to teach you that every day has its own power. And what is its work here? To teach you that there is great wisdom in the ear without limit. So too, there is power in all the limbs. Section 82. And what are the 7 limbs in a human being? As it is written, for in the image of God he made the human being. And in the image of God he created him, in all his limbs and in all his parts. But have we not said, what does Vav resemble? He wraps himself in light like a garment. For Vav is only 6 extremities. He said to him, the covenant of circumcision on a person's mate, we count as 1, his 2 hands make 3, his head and his body make 5, his 2 legs make 7. Corresponding to them are their powers in heaven, as it is written, God made the one opposite the other. This is the meaning of days. For 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth. It does not say in 6 days, teaching that each day has its own power. Section 83. And what is none? To teach you that the brain is the root of the spinal cord, and from there it continually draws. Without the spinal cord, the brain could not endure. Without the brain, the body could not endure, for the whole body exists for the sake of the brain. And if the whole body could not endure, the brain could not endure. Therefore the spinal cord pours from the brain into the whole body. This is the bent nun, but this nun is long. The long nun is always at the completion of the word. To teach you that the long nun includes both the bent and the long. But the bent nun is the foundation, teaching that the long nun is included of male and female. Section 84. The open mem. What is the open mem? It is included of male and female. The closed mem, what is it? It is made like a belly from above. But Rabbi Rehumai said the belly is like a tet. That one said it is like a tet from within. I say it is like a tet from without. Section 85. And what is mem? Do not read mem, but mayim, water. Just as these waters are moist, so the belly is always moist. Why is the open mem included of male and female, while the closed mem is male? To teach you that the root of mem is male, and the open form was added for the sake of the female. Just as this male does not give birth through an opening, so the closed mem does not give birth except through the open one. And just as the female gives birth through an opening, so the closed mem and the open mem act together. Section 86. And what did you see that caused you to include mem in opening and closing? Because we say, do not read mem, but may eat water. And the woman is cold. Therefore, she needs to be warmed by the male. And what did you see that caused you to include the bent nun and the long nun? As it is written, before the sun his name shall flourish, Yinon, from two nuns, the bent nun and the long nun. And it must be through male and female, section 87. It is written, the ear is not filled from hearing, and it is written, the eye is not satisfied from seeing. This teaches that both draw from thought, and what is thought? It is a king whom everything created in the world needs, in the upper realms and in the lower realms. Section 88. And what is this that we say it arose in thought, and we do not say it descended? For we say that one who contemplates the vision of the chariot descends and afterward ascends. There it is because we say one who contemplates the vision of the chariot. Vision is translated as looking out, and we say, a lion called on the watchtower, my lord. But here with thought, there is no vision at all, and there is no limit at all. Whatever has no limit and no end has no descent. As people say, so-and-so descended to the end of his fellow's mind, but not to the end of his thought. Section 89, Rabbi Amarai sat and expounded. What is the meaning of sigil? Rather, its name is segula, treasure, as above. It comes after Zarka. Why Zarka? It is like its name. It is thrown like something cast forth. After it comes the treasure of kings and provinces. Section 90. And why Zarka? As it is written, blessed is the glory of the Lord from his place. This implies that no one knows his place. And we say, there is a crown, and it comes to the head of the acquirer, as it is written, possessor of heaven and earth. When it goes, it is like Zarka. And Segula comes after it, and it is at the head of all the letters. Section 91. And why is it at the end of the word and not at the beginning? To teach you that this crown rises upward, and how do we know that this crown is a precious stone, included and adorned? As it is written, the stone that the builders rejected has become the head of the corner, and it rises to the place from which it was hewn, as it is written from there, the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Section 92. He said further, why do we place techelet, blue, in the fringes, and why 32 a parable? To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful garden, and it had 32 paths. He placed a guardian over them, and made those paths known to him alone. He said to him, guard them and walk in them every day. Whenever you tread them, peace will be yours. What did that guardian do? He placed other guardians over them. He said, if I am alone on these paths, it is impossible for one guardian to maintain all these paths. And furthermore, the world will say this king is stingy. Therefore, this guardian placed other guardians over all the paths. These are the 32 paths, section 93. And why techelet? The guardian said, perhaps these guardians will say, the garden is ours. He gave them a sign and said to them, see, this is the sign of the king, that this garden is his, and that he prepared these paths. They are not mine. Behold his seal. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king and his daughter who had servants and wished to go far away. They were afraid because of the king's awe, so the king gave them a sign. They were afraid of the daughter, so she gave them a sign. They said, now, with these two signs, the Lord will guard you from all evil. He will guard your soul. Section 94. Rabbi Amarai sat and expounded. What is the meaning of the verse, behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens cannot contain you? It teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, has 72 names, and he fixed all of them in the tribes. As it is written, 6 of their names on one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the second stone, according to their births. And it is written, Joshua set up 12 stones. Just as these are memorial stones, so those are memorial stones. The 12 stones are 72, corresponding to the 72 names of the Holy One, blessed be he. And why did he begin with 12? To teach you that the Holy One, blessed be he, has 12 leaders, and in each one there are 6 powers. And what are they? The 72 languages. Section 95, the Holy One, blessed be he, has one tree. In it are 12 diagonal boundaries, the northeastern boundary, the upper eastern boundary, the upper eastern boundary, the lower eastern boundary, the southwestern boundary, the northwestern boundary, the upper western boundary, the lower western boundary, the upper southern boundary, the lower southern boundary, the upper northern boundary, and the lower northern boundary. They expand and go on forever. They are the arms of the world, and within them is the tree. Corresponding to all these diagonals, there are officials, 12 in number. Within the sphere, there are also 12 officials. These are 36 officials with the diagonals. Each has another over it, as it is written, for high above high watches. Thus there are 9 for the eastern wind, 9 for the western wind, 9 for the northern wind, and 9 for the southern wind. This is 12, 12, and 12. Officials in the tele, the sphere, and the heart. They are 36. All 36 are from 36, for the power of one is in its fellow. Even though there are 12 in each of the three, all are joined to one another. All 36 powers are found in the first, which is tele. If you seek them in the sphere, you will find those same powers. If you seek them in the heart, you will find those same powers. Therefore each has 36, and all are no more than 36 forms. All are completed in 32 is handed to 32, and 4 remained. These are 64 forms. From where do we know that 32 is handed to 32, as it is written, for high above high watches? If so, that is 64 are lacking from the 72 names of the Holy One, blessed be He. This is what is written, and higher ones over them. They are the 7 days of the week, and one is lacking. This is what is written, the advantage of the earth is in everything. A king, and what is advantage? The place from which the earth was hewn. It is an advantage beyond what had been. And what is it? Advantage is everything in the world when the people of the world are worthy to receive from its radiance. Then it is advantage. Section 96. And what is the earth from which the heavens were hewn? It is the throne of the Holy One, blessed be He. It is a precious stone. It is the sea of wisdom. Corresponding to it is techelet in the fringes. For Rabbi Meir said, why is techelet different from all other colors? Because techelet resembles the sea, and the sea resembles the firmament, and the firmament resembles the throne of glory. As it is said, they saw the God of Israel, and under his feet was like a work of sapphire brick, and like the very heavens for purity. And it says, like the appearance of a sapphire stone, the likeness of a throne. Section 97. Rabbi Barakiah sat and expounded, what is the meaning of the verse? Let them take for me an offering. Raise me up in your prayers. And who does this? The one whose heart volunteers to be drawn away from this world. Honor him, for in him I rejoice, since he knows my name. From him it is fitting to take my offering, as it is said, from every person whose heart volunteers, you shall take my offering. From that volunteer. Rabbi Rehumai said, the righteous and the devoted among Israel raise me above the whole world by their merit. From them the heart is sustained, and the heart sustains them. Section 98. All the holy forms are appointed over all the nations. But holy Israel took the body of the tree and its heart. Just as the heart is the splendor of the fruit of the body, so Israel took the fruit of the beautiful tree. Just as the date palm has its branches around it, and its lulav in the middle, so Israel took the body of the tree, which is its heart. Corresponding to the body is the spinal cord in a human being, which is the root of the body. As the word lulav may be read lalev, to him, a heart, so the heart is handed over to. And what is the heart? It is the 32 wondrous paths of wisdom in it. In each path, there is a form guarding it, as it is written, to guard the way to the tree of life. Section 99. And what are these forms? As it is written, he stationed east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim and the flame of the turning sword to guard the way to the tree of life. What means he stationed east of the Garden of Eden? He stationed them in those paths that came before that place, called the Garden of Eden, and that came before the cherubim, as it is written, the cherubim, and that came before the flame, as it is written, and the flame of the turning sword. But did they come before? Is it not written that heaven, water, and fire came before? As it is written, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide between waters and waters, and God called the firmament heavens. And from where do we know that heaven is fire, as it is written, for the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God? Section 100. And from where do we know that heaven is the Holy One, blessed be he? As it is written, you shall hear in heaven. Did Solomon pray to the heavens that they should hear their prayer? Rather, he prayed to the one whose name is called upon the heavens, as it is written, the heavens and the heavens of heavens cannot contain you. Behold, this is the name of the Holy One, blessed be he, and it is fire. Yet you said came before, rather said, the power of those forms of that place came before. Afterward came those holy forms. And what is their power? As one says, there is none holy like the Lord, for there is none besides you, and there is no rock like our God. Section 101. Rabbi Barakiah sat and expounded, what is the meaning of the lulav, as we say? 36 are handed over to 32. How is this? He said to him. There are 3 princes, Teli, Sphere, and Heart. Each one has 12. Returning in 3, their number is 36, through which the world is sustained, as it is written, the righteous one is the foundation of the world. Section 102. It was taught, there is one pillar from earth to firmament, and its name is righteous, after the righteous ones. When there are righteous people in the world, it grows strong. If not, it grows weak. It bears the whole world, as it is written, the righteous one is the foundation of the world. If it is weak, the world cannot endure. Therefore, even if there is only one righteous person in the world, he sustains the world, as it is said. The righteous one is the foundation of the world. Therefore, take my offering from him first, and afterward this is the offering that you shall take from them, from what remains. Section 103. Another explanation. Let them take from me an offering. Let them take an offering to holiness, which is Yod, and it is the 10th. From where do we know that the 10th is holy? As it is written, the 10th shall be holy to the Lord. And what is holy? As it is written, the first of all the first fruits of everything, and every offering of everything. And it is written, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Do not read the fear of the Lord, and you shall fear the Lord. Section 104. His students asked Rabbi Eliezer, our teacher, what is the meaning of the verse, sanctify to me every firstborn? Is the Holy One, blessed be he, a firstborn? He said to them. Sanctify to me every firstborn means only the second in holiness. It is called by the name of Israel, as it is written, my son, my firstborn, Israel, as it were. He was with them at the time of bondage. This is what is written, said my son, that he may serve me, not my firstborn. Rabbi Rehumai said, what is the meaning of the verse? You shall surely send away the mother, but the children you may take for yourself. It does not say, you shall surely send away the father, but you shall surely send away the mother, in honor of the one called mother of the world. As it is said, if you call to understanding. Section 105. And what means the children you may take for yourself? Rabbi Rehumai says, those children whom she raised. And what are they? The 7 days of creation and the 7 days of Sukkot. These are the 7 days of the week, which are 7. But there is a difference between them, for the latter are more holy, as it is written of them, holy convocations. If so, what of Atzeret, which is also a holy convocation? He said to him, yes, but this one is 1, and that one is 2, as it is written on the first day, a holy convocation, and on the 7th day, a holy convocation. He said to him, why is Atzeret 1? Because on it the Torah was given to Israel. When the Torah was created as beginning, the Holy One, blessed be he, ruled his world with her alone, as it is written, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, he said. Since it is so, your holiness shall be yours alone. And what is Sukkot? He said to him. That as it is written, by wisdom a house is built. And from where do we know that Sukkot is a house? As it is written, Jacob journeyed to Sukkot and built himself a house, and for his cattle he made Sukkot. Therefore he called the name of the place Sukkot. Section 106, Rabbi Barakiah sat and expounded. What is Teli? It is a form before the Holy One. Blessed be he, as it is written, his locks are curled. What is Sphere? It is the belly. And what is Heart? As it is written, to the heart of the heavens. In it are included the 32 wondrous paths of wisdom. Section 107. What is the meaning of the priestly blessing? May the Lord bless you and guard you. May the Lord make his face shine toward you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift his face toward you and place peace for you. This is the explicit name of the Holy One, blessed be he. It is the name of 12 letters, for it is written, Lord, 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 teaching that the names of the Holy One, blessed be he, are 3 hosts. Each host resembles its fellow, and its name is like its name. All of them are sealed with Yod. How do you combine Yod? 24 times. This is one host. May the Lord bless you. The second is, may the Lord make shine, and these are 24 names of the Holy One. Blessed be he. The third is, may the Lord lift, and these are 24 names of the Holy One. Blessed be he. This teaches that the heads and ministers of each host are 24, combined 24 3 times, and they are the 72 names of the Holy One. Blessed be. These are the 72 that come from the verses, and he journeyed, and he came, and he stretched out. Section 108. And who are these ministers? This teaches that there are 3. Might is minister over all the holy forms on the left side of the Holy One, blessed be he, and this is Gabriel. On his right is a minister over all the holy forms, and this is Michael. In the middle is Truth, and this is Uriel, minister over all the holy forms. Each minister has 24 forms, and there is no searching out his troops, as it is written. Is there a number to his troops? If so, there are 72 and 72. He said to him, No. When Israel brings an offering before their Father in heaven, they are united together. This is the unity of our God. Section 109. And why is it called Korban offering? Because it brings near the holy forms and powers. As it is written, bring them near one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in your hand. And it says, for a pleasing aroma, there is no aroma except in the nose, and breath, which is aroma, is only those. And Nikawak pleasing is nothing but descent, as it is written, he descended, which the Targum renders, he came down. The Spirit descends, and is united with those holy forms, and it is brought near through the offering. Therefore, it is called Korban. Section 110. The name that comes from the 3 verses, and he journeyed. And he came, and he stretched out is arranged in this way. The letters of the first verse, and he journeyed, are arranged in the name according to the order of the verse. The letters of the second verse are arranged in the name in reverse order. The letters of the third verse, and he stretched out, are arranged in the name according to the order of the verse, like the first verse. And he journeyed. In each of the verses there are 72 letters. Thus, in each name of the 72 names that come from these 3 verses, and he journeyed, and he came, and he stretched out, there are 3 letters. These are the 72 names that come out and are divided into 3 parts, 24 for each part. Over each of the 3 parts there is a high minister. Each part has 4 winds to guard, east, west, north, and south. They are divided 6 to each wind. Thus for the 4 winds there are 24 forms, and likewise for the second, and likewise for the third. All of them are sealed with the Lord God of Israel, living God Shaddai, high and lifted up, dwelling forever, exalted and holy is his name. The Lord, blessed be the name of the glory of his kingdom forever and ever. Section 111. Rabbi Ahilai sat and expounded, what is the meaning of the words, the Lord reigns, the Lord reigned, the Lord will reign forever and ever? This is the explicit name in which permission was given to combine and mention, as it is written, they shall place my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. It is the name of 12 letters in the name of the priestly blessing. May the Lord bless you, and so forth. They are 3, and they are 12. Its vocalization is this: Yifal, Yifuel, Yiful. Whoever guards it and mentions it in holiness and purity has all his prayers accepted. Not only that, but he is beloved below and beloved above, desired below and desired above, answered and helped immediately. This is the explicit name written on Aaron's forehead, and by the explicit name of 72 letters, and by the explicit name which is 12 names, which the Holy One, blessed be he, handed to Mazmariah, who stands before the curtain. He handed them to Elijah on Mount Carmel, and by them he ascended and did not taste the taste of death. Section 112. These are the precious and glorious explicit names, 12 corresponding to the 12 tribes of Israel: Ahasitzaharon, Akaletaron, Shamakataran, Demu Sharon, Vitsa Fetsafitron, Hormoran Berakiaron, Iriesh Gadaran, Desalmina, Casual. Ha-Bahir, Ha-Bahir, all of them are included in the 32 of the heavens and divided into 24 names. In them, male and female are included, and they are appointed in telesphere and heart. They are the springs of wisdom. Section 113. Rabbi Rehumai sat and expounded. What are the 12 tribes of Israel? This teaches that the Holy One, blessed be He, has 12 tribes. And what are they? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful spring, and all his brothers had no water except from that spring, and they could not endure thirst. What did he do? He made 12 channels for the spring and called them by the names of his brothers' sons. He said, if the sons are good like their fathers, they will be worthy, and I will fill the channels. Their fathers will be satisfied, and their sons after them will drink. But if the sons are not worthy and do not do fitting things before me, then the channels will stand as they are. I will give them water on condition that they give nothing to their sons after them, since they do not do my will. Section 114. And what is the language of Shevet tribe? It is something simple, not square. Why? Because a square cannot move inside another square, but a circle inside a square can move. Section 115. And what is a circle? This is the vowel point of the Torah of Moses. All of them are circles, and they are in the letters like the living soul in the human body. It is impossible for the soul to come anywhere unless it exists within the body. And no small or great word can be uttered without the soul. So, too, with this point, no small or great word can be spoken without a point. Section 116. Every point is a circle, and every letter is a square. The letter is sustained by the point, and they are its life. This point comes by way of the channels to this letter through the aroma of the offering, and immediately it descends, as it is written, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It descends to the Lord. This is what is written. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Section 117. Rabbi Yohanan said, what is the meaning of the verse, the Lord is a man of war? The Lord is... As the Targum renders, the Lord is master of victorious wars. And what is master? The first aleph is the holy palace. Would it enter your mind to say the holy palace? Rather say the palace of holiness. Section 118. Yod refers to the 10 utterances by which the world was created. And what is this? This is the Torah of truth, which includes all the worlds. And what is Shin? He said to him, the root of the tree. For Shin is like the root of a tree. Section 119. And what is the tree of which you speak? He said to him, the powers of the Holy One, blessed be He, one above another, and they resemble a tree. Just as this tree brings forth fruit by means of water, so the Holy One, blessed be He, increases the powers of the tree by means of water. And what is the water of the Holy One? Blessed be He. This is wisdom. These are the souls of the righteous, which fly from the spring to the great channel, rise and cling to the tree. By what do they fly? By Israel. When they are righteous and good, the Shekinah dwells among them and dwells in their deeds in the bosom of the Holy One, blessed be He, and makes them fruitful and multiplies them. Section 120. From where do we know that the Shekinah is called righteousness? As it is written, He rides the heavens to your help, and in His majesty the skies. And it is written, let the skies drip righteousness. This righteousness is the Shekinah. As it is written, righteousness lodged in her, and righteousness was given to David, as it is written, the Lord will reign forever, your God, O Zion, from generation to generation. And it is written, Zion is the city of David. Section 121. What is generation to generation? Rabbi Papias said, a generation goes, and a generation comes. And Rabbi Akiva said, the generation that comes is the one that has already come. Section 122. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had servants and clothed them, according to his ability, in garments of silk and embroidery. They ruined the order. He cast them off, pushed them away from himself, stripped his garments from them, and they went away. He took the garments, washed them well until no impurity remained in them, and placed them with himself ready. Then he acquired other servants and clothed them in those same garments. He did not know whether those servants were good or not. Yet they had become worthy of garments that had already come into the world, and that others had worn before them. But the earth stands forever. This is what is written. The dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Section 123. Rabbi Amorai said, "What is the meaning of the verse?" Aaron lifted his hands toward the people and blessed them, and he descended. Had he not already descended? Rather, he descended from performing the sin offering, the burnt offering, and the peace offerings, and afterward, Aaron lifted his hands toward the people. Why this lifting? Because he had brought an offering and had been brought near before their Father in heaven. As we say, the one who brings them nearer to the upper ones and unites them must unite these within their totality. And what is the people in the phrase, toward the people, for the sake of the people? Section 124, and why with the lifting of hands, let him bless them with a blessing. Rather, because the hands have 10 fingers, a sign of the 10 Sephirot with which heaven and earth were sealed. Those 10 correspond to the 10 commandments. Within those 10 are included the 613 commandments. Count the letters of the 10 commandments, and you will find that there are 613 letters. In them are all 22 letters, except Tet, which is not in them, to teach you that Tet is the belly, and it is not included among the Sephirot. Section 125. And why are they called Sephirot? Because it is written, the heavens recount the glory of God. And what are they? They are 3, and within them are 3 hosts and 3 dominions. The first dominion is light, the light of life from water. The second dominion is the holy living creatures, the wheels of the chariot, and all the troops of the Holy One, blessed be he. They bless, exalt, glorify, beautify, and sanctify the King majestic in holiness, set in the secret council of the holy ones, the King awesome and revered. They crown him with 3 holinesses, section 127. And what are the 3 holinesses, and why not 4? Because the holiness above is 3 by 3, as it is written, the Lord reigns. The Lord reigned. The Lord will reign forever. And it is written, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord make shine. May the Lord lift. And it is written, the Lord, and the rest of the attributes. The third Lord, what is it? The Lord God, merciful and gracious, and so on. The 13 attributes. Section 128. And what is holy, 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 and afterward, the Lord of hosts? The whole earth is full of his glory. The first holy is the supernal crown. The second holy is the root of the tree. The third holy is joined and unified with all of them. The Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Section 129. And what is this holy one that is joined and unified? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had sons, and his sons had sons. When the sons do his will, he enters among them, sustains everything, satisfies everything, and pours good upon them, so that the fathers and sons are satisfied. When the sons do not do his will, he satisfies the fathers according to their need. Section 130, and what is the whole earth is full of his glory. Rather, all that earth created on the first day, which is above corresponding to the land of Israel, is full of the glory of the name. And what is it? Wisdom, as it is written, the wise inherit glory, and it says, blessed is the glory of the Lord from his place. Section 131. And what is this glory of the Lord? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a noble lady in his chamber, and all his host took delight in her. She had children, and they came every day to see the face of the king and bless him. They said to him, where is our mother? He said to them, you cannot see her now. They said, may she be blessed wherever she is. Section 132. And what is meant by from his place? This implies that no one knows his place. This implies that no one knows his place. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king's daughter who came from far away, and they did not know from where she came. Then they saw that she was a woman of valor, beautiful and fitting in all her deeds. They said, surely this one was taken from the side of light, for by her deeds the world is illuminated. They asked her, from where are you? She said, from my place. They said, if so, the people of your place are great. Blessed are you, and blessed is your place. Section 133. But is this glory of the Lord not one of his hosts? It is not lesser. Why then do they bless it? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a man who had a beautiful garden. Outside the garden, near it, there was a beautiful piece of field. He made a beautiful garden in it. He watered the main garden at the beginning of his watering, and the water went over the whole garden, but not over that piece of field, for it was not joined to it, even though all was one. Therefore he opened a place for it and watered it by itself. Section 134. Rabbi Rehumai said, glory and heart are one, but glory is called by the name of the action above, and heart is called by the name of the action below. This is the glory of the name, and this is the heart of the heavens. Section 135. Rabbi Yohanan said, what is the meaning of the verse, when Moses lifted his hand, Israel prevailed, and when he lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed? This teaches that the world is sustained by the lifting of hands. Why? Because that power which was given to Jacob our father is named Israel. Powers were given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, one to each, according to the measure in which each one walked. Its likeness was given to him. Abraham performed kindness for the world. He would prepare food for all who came into the world and all travelers. He performed kindness and went out to meet them. As it is written, he ran to meet them. And further, he bowed to the earth. This was complete kindness. The Holy One, blessed be he, measured to him according to his measure, and gave him the measure of kindness. As it is written, give truth to Jacob, kindness to Abraham, which you swore to our fathers from days of old. What means from days of old? It teaches that if Abraham had not performed kindness and become worthy of the measure of kindness, Jacob would not have become worthy of the measure of truth. Because Abraham became worthy of the measure of kindness, Isaac became worthy of the measure of fear. As it is written, Jacob swore by the fear of his father Isaac. Does a person swear in this way, by faith in the fear of his father? Rather, until this point, the power had not yet been given to Jacob, so he swore by the power that had been given to his father. And what is it? Tohu, from which evil goes out, making human beings wonder. And what is it? It is what is written. Fire fell and consumed the burnt offering, the wood, the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And it is written, for the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. Section 136. And what is kindness? It is Torah, as it is written, ho, everyone who thirsts, go to the waters, and whoever has no silver. This is silver, as it is written, go, buy and eat, go, buy without silver and without price. Wine and milk. He will feed you Torah and teach you, for you have already become worthy of this through Abraham's merit, who performed kindness. Without silver he fed, and without price he gave wine and milk to drink. Section 137. What are wine and milk? What does one have to do with the other? Rather, this teaches that wine is fear and milk is kindness. Why did it mention wine first? Because it is nearer to us. Would you think actual wine and milk? Rather say the likeness of wine and milk. Through the merit of Abraham, who became worthy of the measure of kindness, Isaac became worthy of the measure of fear. Since Isaac became worthy of the measure of fear, Jacob became worthy of the measure of truth, which is the measure of peace. The Holy One, blessed be he, measured to him according to his measure, as it is written. Jacob was a simple man, dwelling in tents. Simple means nothing but peace, as it is written. You shall be whole with the Lord your God, which the Targum renders. You shall be complete. And simple means nothing but Torah, as it is said. The Torah of truth was in his mouth. What is written after it? In peace and uprightness he walked with me. Uprightness is nothing but peace, as it is written, wholeness and uprightness. Therefore, when Moses lifted his hand, Israel prevailed. This teaches that the measure called Israel contains within it the Torah of truth. Section 138. And what is the Torah of truth? It is something that instructs concerning the truth of the world. Its action is in thought, and it sustains the 10 utterances through which the world stands. It is one of them, corresponding to those 10 utterances. He created in the human being 10 fingers of the hands. When Moses lifted his hand and directed even a little of the intention of the heart toward that measure called Israel, in which is the Torah of truth, and signaled to it with the 10 fingers of his hands, he was signaling that it sustains the 10. If it did not help Israel, the 10 utterances would not endure each and every day. Therefore Israel prevailed. And when he lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed. Was Moses causing Amalek to prevail? That it says when he lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed. Rather, it is forbidden for a person to remain 3 hours with his palms spread toward heaven. Section 139. His students asked him, "To whom does one lift the hands?" He said to them, "To the height of heaven. From where do we know this? As it is written, the deep gave its voice, the height lifted its hands. Thus you have learned that the lifting of hands is only to the height of heaven. When there are among Israel those who understand and know the secret of the honored name, and they lift their hands, they are immediately answered, as it is said, then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. If then you call, the Lord will answer immediately." Section 140. What is then Oz? This teaches that permission is not given to call Aleph alone, but only through the 2 letters joined to it, which sit first in the kingdom. With the Aleph, there are 3/7 remain from the 10 utterances. This is Zayin, as it is written then, as Moses and the children of Israel sang. Section 141. What are the 10 utterances? The first is the supernal crown. Blessed and blessed is his name and his people. And who is his people? Israel, as it is written, know that the Lord is God. He made us and we are his people. Read the Aleph. We are his. This is to recognize and know the one of ones, unified in all his name. Section 142. The second is wisdom, as it is written, the Lord acquired me at the beginning of his way, before his works from then. Beginning means nothing but wisdom, as it is written. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Section 143. The third is the Kori of the Torah, the treasury of wisdom. Its Kori is the Spirit of God. This teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, Kori all the letters of the Torah and engraved them in spirit and made his forms in it. This is what is written. There is no rock like our God. Read not rock, sir, but artists say are. There is no artist like our God. Section 144. If that is the third, what is the fourth? The fourth is the righteousness of the Lord, his merits, and his kindnesses with all the world. This is the right hand of the Holy One, blessed be he. Section 145. What is the fifth? The fifth is the great fire of the Holy One, blessed be he. As it is said, I will not see this great fire again, lest I die. This is the left hand of the Holy One, blessed be he. And what is it? It is the holy living creatures and the holy seraphim on their right and on their left. They are the pleasant ones, high upward, as it is written, and higher ones over them. And further, their backs were high, and they had all, and their backs were full of eyes all around the 4 of them. Around him are angels. Around them also they bow, kneel, and say, the Lord is God, the Lord is God. Section 146. The sixth is the throne of glory, crowned, included, praised, and made blessed. It is the house of the world to come, and its place is in wisdom, as it is written. God said, let there be light, and there was light. Section 147. Rabbi Yohanan said, there were 2 great lights, as it is said, and there was light. Of both it is said that it was good. The Holy One, blessed be he, took one, and stored it away for the righteous in the future to come. This is what is written. How great is your goodness that you have hidden away for those who fear you, that you have worked for those who take refuge in you. This teaches that no creature can gaze upon the first light, as it is said, God saw the light, that it was good, and it is written, God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. The Holy One, blessed be he, saw all that he had made, and saw a good that was shining and bright. He took from that good, and included in it the 32 paths of wisdom, and gave it to this world. This is what is written, for I have given you a good teaching. Do not forsake my Torah. You must say, this is the treasury of the oral Torah. The Holy One, blessed be he, said, if they keep this measure in this world, for this measure is reckoned within this world, and it is the oral Torah, they will be worthy of the life of the world to come, which is the good hidden away for the righteous. And what is it? The strength of the Holy One, blessed be he, as it is written. Brightness will be like light. In the future, the brightness taken from the first light will be like light. If the children keep the Torah and the commandment that I wrote to teach them. As it is written, my son, hear the discipline of your father, and do not abandon the Torah of your mother. Section 148. And it is written, rays are from his hand for him, and there is the hiding of his strength. What is the hiding of his strength? It is that light which he stored away and hid, as it is said, which you have hidden away for those who fear you. And that which remains for us is, which you have worked for those who take refuge in you, those who take refuge in your shadow in this world. Keep your Torah, fulfill your commandments, sanctify your great name, and unify it in secret and in the open, as it is said, before the children of humanity. Section 149. Rabbi Rehumai said, this teaches that she is light for Israel, and Torah is light, as it is written, for commandment is a lamp, and Torah is light. We say, lamp is commandment, light is the oral Torah, and light is the written Torah. But because the light is already established, it calls it light. A parable, to what may this be compared? To a hidden room at the end of a house. Even though it is day and great light is in the world, no one sees in that room, unless he brings a lamp into it. So too the oral Torah, even though it is light, it needs the written Torah to resolve its difficulties and explain its secrets. Section 150. Rabbi Rehumai said, what is the meaning of the verse? The way of life is rebukes of discipline. This teaches that anyone accustomed to the work of creation and the work of the chariot cannot avoid stumbling. As it is said, this stumbling block is under your hand. These are matters that a person cannot stand in unless he has stumbled in them. And the Torah says, rebukes of discipline, but in truth, he becomes worthy of the way of life. Therefore, whoever wishes to become worthy of the way of life must endure rebukes of discipline. Section 151. Another explanation. Life is Torah, as it is said, choose life, and it is written, for she is your life in the length of your days. Whoever wishes to become worthy of her must despise bodily pleasure and bear the yoke of the commandments. If sufferings come upon him, he should receive them with love. He should not say, since I fulfill the will of my Creator and study Torah every day, why do sufferings come upon me? Rather, he should receive them with love. Then he will become worthy of the complete way of life. For who knows the mind of the Holy One? Blessed be he. A person must say concerning everything, righteous are you, Lord, and upright are your judgments, and everything done from heaven is for good. Section 152. You said his throne, but have we not said that this is the crown of the Holy One, blessed be he? As we say, Israel was crowned with 3 crowns, the crown of priesthood, the crown of kingship, and the crown of Torah above them. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful fragrant vessel, and he loved it greatly. Sometimes he placed it on his head. This is the tefillin of the head. Sometimes he took it on his arm, at the knot of the tefillin of the arm. Sometimes he lent it to his son to sit with him. Sometimes it is called his throne, for on his arm he carries it like an amulet in the manner of a throne. Section 153, and what is the 7th? It is the highest heaven, Aravat. Why is it called heaven, Shamayim? Because it is round like a head, and it teaches. Water is at its right and fire at its left, and it is in the middle. It is Esamayim, carrying water from fire and water, and it brings peace between them. Fire comes and finds its side, the measure of fire. Waters come and find their side, the measure of waters. This is, he makes peace in his heights. Section 154. But the 7th is only the 6th. Rather, this teaches that here is the palace of holiness, and it bears all of them, and is reckoned as 2. Thus it is the 7th. And what is it? Thought, which has no end and no limit. So too this place has no end and no limit. Section 155. The 7th is the east of the world. From there comes the seed of Israel. For the spinal cord is drawn from the brain of a person and comes to the organ. And from there is the seed, as it is written, from the east I will bring your seed, when Israel is good. From this place I will bring your seed, and a new seed will be renewed for you. When Israel is evil, it is from the seed that has already come into the world. As it is said, a generation goes and a generation comes, teaching that it has already come. Section 156. And what is the meaning of the verse, from the west I will gather you, from that measure which always inclines toward the west? Why is it called west, Marav? Because their all seed is mixed, Mirev. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king's son who had a beautiful and modest bride in his chamber, he would continually take wealth from his father's house and bring it to her. She would take everything, conceal it continually, and mix everything together. After some days he wished to see what she had gathered and what she had collected. This is what is written, "From the west I will gather you." And what is the Father's house? As it is written, "From the east I will bring your seed," teaching that he brings from the east and sows in the west, and afterward gathers what he sowed. Section 157. What is the eighth? The Holy One, blessed be he, has one righteous one in his world. He is beloved to him because he sustains the whole world and is its foundation. He supports it, makes it grow, and guards it. Beloved and dear above, beloved and dear below. Awesome and mighty above, awesome and mighty below. Prepared and accepted above, prepared and accepted below. He is the foundation of all souls. But you said eighth, and you said foundation of all souls. Is it not written, on the seventh day he ceased and was refreshed? Rather, it is the seventh because it decides between them. They are 6, 3 below and 3 above, and it decides between them. Section 158. And why is it called seventh? Was it on the seventh? No. Rather, because the Holy One, blessed be he, ceased on Shabbat in that measure? As it is written, "For 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he ceased and was refreshed." This teaches that every day has an utterance that is master over it, not because it was created on that day, but because it performs the action handed to it. All of them performed their actions and sustained their works. Therefore the seventh day came and performed its action, and all rejoiced, even the Holy One, blessed be he. Not only that, but their souls grew, as it is written, and on the seventh day he ceased and was refreshed. Section 159. And what is this cessation which has no labor in his rest, as it is written, he ceased? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had 7 gardens. In the middle garden was a spring flowing from a source of life, 3 on its right and 3 on its left. As soon as it performs this action, or is filled, all rejoice, for they say, "It is filled for our needs." It waters them and makes them grow while they wait and rest. It waters the 7. But is it not written, "From the east I will bring your seed"? That one is one of them, and it waters it. Rather say, it waters the heart, and the heart afterward waters them all. Section 160. Rabbi Barakiah sat and expounded. What is this that we say every day? The world to come, without knowing what we are saying. The world to come is translated as Alma Diate, the world that comes. What is the world that comes? This teaches that before the world was created, it arose in thought to create a great light to illumine. A great light was created that no creature could rule over. The Holy One, blessed be he, saw that they could not endure it. He took a 7th of it and placed it for them in its place, and the rest he stored away for the righteous in the future to come. He said, "If they become worthy of this 7th and guard it, I will give them that in the final world." This is the world to come, which had already come before the 6 days of creation. This is what is written, "How great is your goodness that you have hidden away for those who fear you." Section 161. What is the meaning of the verse? They came to Elim, and there were 12 springs of water and 70 palms, and they encamped there by the waters. What praise was there in 70 palms? In one of the smallest places there are 1,000. Rather, they became worthy of their likeness, and they have a parable in the palms. It is written, they came to Marah, and they could not drink water from Marah, for they were bitter. This teaches that the northern spirit was mixed in. As it is said, he cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. He threw it into the waters, and the waters became sweet. Immediately the Holy One, blessed be he, put his hand against Satan and diminished him. If not, Israel could not have stood before him. As it is written, there he placed for him statute and judgment, and there he tested him. This teaches that at that hour Satan clung to them in order to destroy them from the world, as it is written. The people complained against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" He also accused Moses, until Moses cried out to the Lord and was answered. What is the Lord showed him a tree? This teaches that the tree of life was around the waters, and Satan came and removed it from there in order to accuse Israel and make them sin against their Father in heaven. He said to them, "Now you are entering the wilderness, These waters are still bitter, but they are good, for you will be satisfied from them. In the wilderness you will not even find water to wash your hands and faces. You will die in hunger, thirst, nakedness, and want of everything. They came to Moses and said such and such. He pushed them away. When Satan saw that he could not overcome them, he strengthened himself against Israel and against Moses. The people came and complained against Moses. Here water is lacking for us. What shall we drink in the wilderness? Satan came and falsified their words to Moses in order to make them sin. When Moses saw Satan, he immediately cried out to the Lord. The Lord showed him a tree. It was that tree of life which Satan had removed. He threw it into the waters, and the waters became sweet. There the Holy One, blessed be he, placed statute and judgment upon Satan, and there he tested Israel. Then the Holy One, blessed be he, came to warn Israel and said, If you surely listen to the voice of the Lord, your God, and so forth. Section 162. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful daughter and others desired her. The king knew the matter, but he could not quarrel with those who were leading his daughter into evil ways. He came into his house and warned her. He said to her, My daughter, do not pay attention to the words of these enemies, and they will not be able to harm you. Do not go out to the doorway of the house. Do not sit idle even for 1 hour, and they will not be able to see you or harm you. For they have one measure. They distance themselves from every good path and choose every evil path. When they see a person directing himself in a good path and walking in it, they hate him. And what is this? Satan. This teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, has a measure whose name is evil. And it is to the north of the Holy One. Blessed be he, as it is written, From the north evil will open upon all the inhabitants of the earth. That is to say, every evil that comes to all the inhabitants of the earth comes from the north. Section 163. And what is this one measure? It is the form of a hand, and it has many messengers. The name of all of them is evil, evil. Among them are small and great, and they make the world guilty. For Tohu is on the side of the north, and Tohu is nothing but evil, which makes the world wonder, until it causes them to sin. Every evil inclination in a person comes from there. Why was it placed on the left? Because it has no permission anywhere in the world except in the north. It is accustomed only to the north, and wants to be only in the north. For if it were in the south until it learned the way of the south and how it could mislead, it would be delayed during the days it learned and would not cause sin. Therefore it is always in the north on the left. This is what is written, for the inclination of the human heart is evil from his youth. It is evil from his youth, and it inclines only to the left, for it is already accustomed there. Therefore the Holy One, blessed be he, said to Israel, If you surely listen to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his eyes, and listen to his commandments, and not to the commandments of the evil inclination, and guard all his statutes, and not the statutes of the evil inclination, I am the Lord your healer. Section 164. And what profit does the evil inclination gain? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who appointed officials over the provinces of his kingdom, over his work, and over his trade, over each thing. There was one appointed, one over the treasuries of good food, and one over the treasury of stones. All the world came to buy from the treasuries of good food. The one appointed over the treasury of stones came and saw what they were buying from the other, and he became jealous. What did he do? He sent his messengers to tear down weak houses, for they could not tear down strong ones. He said, in the time they would spend trying to tear down one strong house, they will tear down 20 weak ones. Then everyone will come and build with stones from me, and I will not be less than my fellow. This is what is written, From the north evil will open upon all the inhabitants of the earth afterward. For behold, I am calling all the families of the kingdoms of the north, says the Lord. And they shall come and set each one his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem. Evil will be their occupation, and there the evil inclination will always strive. And what teaches this? That Satan is a language of turning aside, for he turns the whole world toward the scale of guilt. It is written, he turned aside to her by the road, and the Targum renders, he turned aside toward her. And it is written, turn away from it and pass on. Section 165, 70 palms. Why? Because they accepted the commandments upon themselves, as it is written, if you surely listen to the voice of the Lord your God. Immediately they came to a limb. What is Elim? Eli Ma, my God, what? And there were 12 springs of water. At first the Holy One, blessed be he, gave them springs of water. Afterward he returned them to stones, as it is written, Joshua set up 12 stones. Why? Because at first the Torah was in the world compared to water. Afterward it was fixed in a fixed place, which water does not do, for today it is here and tomorrow there. Section 166. What are 70 palms? This teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, has 70 statures, and they draw from 12 simple ones. Just as these waters are simple, so they are simple. From where do we know that a palm is a stature? As it is written, this stature of yours is like a palm. Not only that, but among palms there are 70 kinds, as it is written, 70 palms. They were not like one another. The action of one is not like the action of another, and the taste of one is not like the taste of another. Section 167. But you said 70 palms, 70 statures, and you also said 72. Rather, they are 71, and Israel is 72. But Israel is not counted among them. But you said 70. Rather, the one is the prince Satan. A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had sons. He bought them servants and said to them, here they are for you, equally for all of you. One of them said, I do not want to be with you, for I have the ability to rob everything from all. The king said, since this is so, you shall have no portion among them. He did everything he could. He went out and lay in wait for them on the road. He showed them much gold, precious stones, and troops, and said to them, turn aside to me. What did the king do? He arranged his troops and all the troops of his sons. He showed them to the servants and said to them, do not let this deceiver mislead you, and say my troops are more than his troops. Behold, these are the troops of that deceitful son who plans to rob you. Do not listen to him. At first he will smooth his words so that you will be trapped in his net. Afterward he will laugh. You are my servants, and I will do every good for you if you do not listen to him and turn away from him. For he is prince over Tohu, as it is said, do not turn aside. For after Tohu, which cannot profit or save, for they are Tohu. But they can harm. Behold, I advise you, if you surely listen to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his eyes, and listen to his commandments, and guard all his statutes. When you guard all his statutes, all the disease that I placed in Egypt I will not place upon you. Why did he say all this? To close all the doors against him, so that he will not find you sometimes soft and sometimes hard. When you guard all his statutes, all the disease that I placed in Egypt by means of him, I will not place upon you. What means, for I am the Lord your healer? When did he strike him? Rather, when he comes and strikes, I am the Lord your healer. Section 168. And what is this that you called the eighth? Because in it, the eight begin, and in it, the eight are completed for counting. But in action, it is seventh. And what are the things that begin in it? The covenant of circumcision on the 8th day. Yet the 8 are only 7. Why did the Holy One, blessed be he, say 8? Because there are 8 extremities in a human being. And what are they? Right hand and left hand, right foot and left foot, head and body, the covenant which decides between them, and his wife who is his mate. As it is written, he shall cling to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Behold, these are 8. The 8 days of circumcision correspond to them. But these 8 are only 7, for body and covenant are one. Behold, they are 8. Section 169. What is the 9th? He said to him, the 9th and the 10th are together, one opposite the other. One is 500 years higher than the other. They are all like 2 wheels. One inclines toward the north, and one inclines toward the west, and they go down to the lower earth. And what is lower? The last of the 7 earths below. The end of the Shekinah of the Holy One, blessed be he, is under his feet, as it is said. The heavens are my throne, and the earth is my footstool. There is the victory of the world below, as it is written, forever and ever. Section 170. What is forever and ever? Nitzak Nitzakim. Rather, Netzach is one. And what is it? This one inclines toward the west. What is second to it? This one inclines toward the north. And the third is the one below. Third. But you said 2 wheels of the chariot. Rather say, the end of the Shekinah is also Netzach. This is forever and ever. Netzach is 1, Netzakim is 2. Behold 3, section 171. His students said to him, from above to below we know. From below to above we do not know. He said to them, Is it not one from below to above and from above to below? They said, our teacher, one who ascends, is not like one who descends. The one who descends is not so. He said to them, go out and see. He sat and expounded to them. The Shekinah is below, just as the Shekinah is above. And what is the Shekinah? You must say. This is the light emanated from the first light, which is wisdom. It too surrounds everything, as it is said, the whole earth is full of his glory. What is its work here? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had 7 sons and set each one in his place. He said to them, sit one above another. The lowest said, I will not sit below and be far from you. He said to them, behold, I surround you and see you all day. This is the whole earth is full of his glory. And why is he among them? To establish and sustain them, section 172. And what are the sons? I have already told you that the Holy One, blessed be he, has 7 holy forms. And all of them have their counterparts in the human being, as it is said. For in the image of God he made the human being, and in the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. These are they, right leg and left leg, right hand and left hand, body, covenant, and head. Behold, 6. But you said 7, it is 7 with his wife, as it is written. They shall become one flesh. But was she not taken from his ribs, as it is written? He took one of his ribs. He said, yes, from his ribs. And does he have a side? Yes, as you say, the side of the tabernacle, which the Targum renders the side of the tabernacle. And what side is in him? A parable? To what may this be compared? To a king in whose heart it arose to plant 9 male trees in his garden. And all of them were date palms. He said, if they are all of one kind, they cannot endure. What did he do? He planted an etrog among them. It was one of those 9 that had arisen in his heart to be male. And what is the etrog, female? This is what is written. Fruit of a beautiful tree, branches of date palms. What is fruit of a beautiful tree? As the Targum renders, fruit of the tree, etrogs and lulavs, section 173. What is Hadar beautiful? It is the beauty of all. This is the beauty of the Song of Songs, of which it is said, who is this who looks forth like dawn? Beautiful as the moon, clear as the sun, awesome as bannered hosts. This is said in the name of the female, and by her name the female was taken from the human being, for the lower world cannot endure without female. Why is she called Nukiva female? Because her openings are wide, and she has openings more than the male. And what are they? The openings of the breasts, the womb, and the receiving place. Section 174. And what is this that you said that the Song of Songs is beauty? Yes, it is beauty for all the holy books. For Rabbi Yohanan said, all the books are holy, and the whole Torah is holy, but the Song of Songs is holy of holies. And what is holy of holies? Rather, holiness that belongs to the holy ones. And what are the holy ones? Those that correspond to the 6 extremities in the human being. And holiness is holiness for all of them. Section 175. And what is holiness? This is the etrog, which is the beauty of all. Why is its name called Hadar? Do not read Hadar, but Hadar, the one who dwells. This is the etrog, which is separated from the bundle of the lulav. Yet the commandment of lulav is not fulfilled except through it. It too is bound with everything, for it is with each one and with all of them together. Section 176. What does the lulav correspond to? It corresponds to the spinal cord. So it says, and a branch of a leafy tree. Its branches must cover the greater part of it. If its branches do not cover the greater part of it, it is nothing. Why a parable? To what may this be compared? To a person whose arms protect his head. His arms are 2, and with the head they are 3. Thus branches to the left, leafy is to the right, and the tree is found in the middle. Why is it called a tree? Because it is the root of the tree. Section 177. And what are willows of the brook? These correspond to a person's legs, which are 2. And what is the language of willows of the brook? Because the greater one is toward the west, and from there it draws its strength. The northern one is smaller than it by a journey of 500 years. It is in the northwestern wind, and it acts there, and is called by its name. Both of them are willows. Section 178. Another explanation. Willows of the brook means that at times they mix their actions with one another. And what are willows of the brook? You must say, they are named after the place where they are fixed, whose name is brook, as it is written, all the rivers go to sea, yet the sea is not full. And what is the sea? You must say, this is the Etrog. And from where do we know that each measure among these 7 is called a brook? As it is written, and from Matana to Nahaliel. Do not read Nahaliel, but Nahaliel, brooks of God. All 6 go by one path to the sea. And what is that one path? The one that decides between them, as it is written, before him went pestilence, and fiery bolt went forth at his feet. All of them go to that channel, and from that channel to the sea. This is what is written, and from Matana to Nahaliel, from the place that was given, that is the brain, to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamot. And what is Bamot? As the Targum renders it, Ramata height. And what is Ramata? That's Sigolta, which comes after the Zarka. And from Bamot to the valley, that is in the field of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looks toward the wasteland. From Bamot to the valley, that is in the field of Moab, which is prepared. And what is that which is in the field of Moab? Do not read Moab, but Meav from the Father. This is that Father of whom it is said, because Abraham listened to my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and so on. And what is that field? It is that which is at the top of Pisgah, and also looks toward the wasteland. The Targum renders the wasteland as heaven. Of that channel it is said, a spring of gardens, a well of living waters flowing from Lebanon. And what is Lebanon? You must say, this is wisdom. And what are willows of the brook? You must say, the one who gave an inheritance to Israel. These are the 2 wheels of the chariot. Section 179. It was taught, there are 10 wheels and 10 utterances. Each wheel has its utterance. It is not that the wheel turns by means of the utterance, but that the utterance turns it. This world is like a mustard seed in a ring. Why? Because of the wind that blows in it and holds it up in this way. If that wind ceased for 1 hour, or for 1 moment, the world would be destroyed. Section 180. This world has 3 wheels. How so? This world inclines toward the north and toward the south. How? Northwest and south. The northwest is the first wheel that turns over us. Would you think it is literally northwest? Rather say that its power is northern. This is the left leg. Above it is the second wheel, and it is wholly western. Would you think it is literally western? Rather, say that its power is west. These are the enduring powers of the world. Above it is the third wheel, and its power is southwestern. And what is that first power which is called second? You must say the right leg, and this southwestern power is the foundation of the world, of which it is said the righteous one is the foundation of the world. The second power stands behind the chariot, and the first power is before it. The righteous one is the foundation of the world, stands in the middle. It goes out from the south of the world, and it is appointed over these 2 also. In its hand is the soul of every living thing, for it is the life of the worlds. Every expression of creation is made through it. Of it is written, he ceased and was refreshed. It is the measure of the Sabbath day. Of it is said, remember the Sabbath day to sanctify it. But is it not also written, keep? That belongs to the 7th measure. Concerning the 7th, Scripture said, keep my Sabbaths and fear my sanctuary. And what is the 7th measure? This is the measure of the goodness of the Holy One, blessed be he. Section 181. And why does it say, keep my Sabbaths and not keep my Sabbath? A parable. To what may this be compared? To a king who had a beautiful bride. Each and every week he invited her one day to be with him. The king had beautiful sons, and he loved them. He said to them, since this is so, rejoice with her also on the day of my joy. For I labor on your behalf. You also honor me. Section 182. And why remember and keep? Remember is for the male, and keep is for the bride. And why fear my sanctuary? Guard yourselves from impure thought, for my sanctuary is holy. Why? For I am the Lord who sanctifies you in everything. Section 183. And why do we say over everything that he created the life of the worlds, and not over everything that you created? Rather, we bless the Holy One, blessed be he, who pours his wisdom into this life of the worlds, and it gives everything. Section 184. And why do we say, who sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us, and not, who sanctified us and commanded us? This teaches that all the commandments are included in the life of the world. In his mercy toward us, he gave them to us in order to sanctify us through them, so that perhaps we may become worthy. And why? Because when we become worthy in this world, we become worthy of the world to come, which is great. In its hand is the treasury of all souls. When Israel are good, the souls are worthy to go out and come into this world. If they are not good, they do not go out. This is what we say. The Son of David will not come until all the souls in the body are exhausted. And what are all the souls in the body? You must say, all the souls in the body of the human being. Then the new souls will be worthy to go out. And then the Son of David will come and be worthy to be born, for his soul will go out new among the others. A parable, to what may this be compared? To a king who had an army. He sent them an abundance of bread for food. They were lazy and did not eat it. They also did not guard it, and the bread became moldy and spoiled. He came to examine and inspect whether they had anything to eat, and whether they had eaten what he had sent them. He found moldy bread with them, and found them ashamed to ask for other bread, saying, "We did not guard this one, and shall we ask for another?" The king too became angry. He took that moldy bread and commanded that it be dried and repaired as much as possible. And he swore, "I will not give these people other bread until they eat all this moldy bread." He sent it to them again. What did they do? They said they would divide it. They divided it, and each one took his portion. The diligent one placed his portion in the air, guarded it, and ate well. The other took it and ate some of it in desire. What he ate, the rest he left and did not guard because he despaired of it. It spoiled more and became moldy, until he could not eat it at all. He remained hungry until he died. He was called to account for the sin of his body. Why did you kill yourself? Was it not enough that you spoiled the bread for yourselves at first, and that I returned it to you repaired, and you spoiled it again? You spoiled your portion and were negligent in guarding it. More than this, you killed yourself, he answered. My lord, what could I do? They answered him. You should have guarded it. And if you say you could not, you should have watched your companions and neighbors who divided the bread with you. You would have seen their actions and their guarding, and you should have tried to guard it as they did. Again they questioned him, why did you kill yourself? Was it not enough that you spoiled the bread, but you also added to it and killed the material of your body, shortened your days or caused them to be shortened? Perhaps a worthy son could have come from you who would have saved you and your corruption, and others and their corruption. Therefore sufferings will be multiplied against you from every side. He was terrified and answered, What could I have done since I had no bread? From what could I have lived? They say to him, If you had labored and toiled in Torah, you would not answer with such foolishness and boldness. From your answer, it is clear that you did not labor and did not toil in Torah. Is it not written in the Torah, a person does not live by bread alone, but by every utterance from the mouth of the Lord does a person live? You should have investigated, searched, and asked what that thing is by which a person lives. And what is the utterance from the mouth of the Lord? You must say, a person lives by Torah, which is the utterance from the mouth of the Lord. From here they said, an ignorant person is not pious. If he does not do kindness for himself, how can he be called pious? Section 185. And with what does a person do kindness for his maker? Through the study of Torah. For everyone who studies Torah does kindness for his maker. As it is written, he rides the heavens with your help. You must say, when you study Torah for its own sake, then you help me, and I ride the heavens. Then in his majesty the skies, and what are the skies? You must say, the innermost chambers, as the Targum renders, and his word is in the highest heavens. Therefore a person does not live by bread alone, but by every utterance from the mouth of the Lord, which is Torah that came from the mouth of the Lord. By it a person lives. A fool answers with boldness. Leave boldness, and do not answer as you answered. Therefore he is punished. And what is his punishment? I have already explained it. Section 186. What is written, will a wise man answer with knowledge of wind? What is knowledge of wind? Rather, knowledge that is close to spirit, as it is written, the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding. Wisdom comes first, and after it, understanding. And in understanding are counsel and might, knowledge and fear of the Lord. But you told us that counsel is the doing of kindness, understanding is the measure of judgment, knowledge is truth, and the knowledge by which a person tests truth, and fear of the Lord is the storehouse of Torah. This is what I say, this one is above. For Rabbi Akiva said, everything that the Holy One, blessed be he created opposite another thing, as it is said, God has made the one opposite the other. And what is the storehouse of Torah? As it is written, the fear of the Lord is his storehouse. Therefore a person must first be one who fears heaven, and afterward study Torah, a parable. To what may this be compared? To a person who came to buy date honey, but did not bring a vessel to carry it. He said, I will bring it in my bosom. He brought it in his bosom. Its weight was heavy upon him. He feared that it would tear and soil his clothes, so he threw it away on the road. He was punished twice, once for ruining food and once for wasting his money. Section 187. And fear of the Lord is that which is above. It is in the palm of the Holy One. Blessed be he, and it is also his strength. That palm is called the palm of merit, because it tips the world toward the palm of merit. This is what is written, he shall smell through the fear of the Lord. He shall not judge by the sight of his eyes, and shall not decide by the hearing of his ears. Rather he tips the whole world toward the palm of merit. From there counsel goes out, and from there healing goes out to the world. From there comes the shepherd, the stone of Israel. This is the place called there, as it is said, and there his strength was hidden. Section 188. And since this matter has come, sharpen it. What is its sharpening? Tell us, what is he had raised from his hand? And why does it say raise in the plural, and afterward his hand in the singular? Should it not say his hands? This is not difficult. It is as it is written, Moses' anger burned, and he threw the tablets from his hand. It is written from his hand. And this is what is written. His hands were faithfulness until the sun came. It does not say faithfulnesses. They said to him, Our master, we ask you to resolve the matter. And you cover it over. You taught us, our master, that one answers the first question first, and the last question last. He said to them, What are you asking? Raise from his hand. By the service I've explained it to you now, within my words. They were ashamed. When he saw that they were ashamed, he began, said to them, Were they not water? And from them fire went out. They said to him, Empty words. If so, the water contains the fire. My masters, what are the rays? He said to them, 5 rays, the 5 fingers on a person's right hand. Section 189. But our master, you are the one who told us in the name of Rabbi Yohanan that they are only the 2 arms of the world. He said to them, Yes. But here, rays serves for the 2 powers below it. And what are they? He said to them. Your head in anger, and what is above? He said to them. Fear of the Lord. Section 190. And what is fear of the Lord? It is the first light. For Rabbi said, What is written, God said, Let there be light, and there was light. It does not say. And it was so. Rather, this teaches that light was very great, and no creature could gaze upon it. The Holy One, blessed be he, stored it away for the righteous in the time to come. It is the measure of all commerce in the world. It is the power of the precious stone called Soheret and Dar. And what is the measure of Dar? Rather, this teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, took 1 part in 2,000 of its radiance, and from it built a beautiful and adorned precious stone, and included all the commandments in it. Abraham came and asked for power to be given to him. This precious stone was given to him, but he did not want it. He became worthy and took his measure kindness, as it is written, kindness to Abraham. Isaac came and asked for power. It was given to him, but he did not want it. He became worthy and took the measure of might, which is fear, as it is written. Jacob swore by the fear of his father Isaac. Jacob came and wanted it, but they did not give it to him. They said to him, Since Abraham is above and Isaac is below him, you shall be in the middle and take all 3. And what is the middle? This is peace. But is it not written, You will give truth to Jacob? Truth and peace are one, as it is said. Words of peace and truth, and only may peace and truth be in my days. This is what is written, I will feed you with the inheritance of Jacob your father. This is the complete inheritance, for he has kindness, fear, truth, and peace. Therefore it says, The stone that the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. The stone that Abraham and Isaac rejected, though they built the world, has now become the chief cornerstone. Section 191. And why did they reject it? Is it not said, because Abraham listened to my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my Torahs? What is my charge? Thus said the measure of kindness. All the days that Abraham was in the world, I did not need to do my work, for Abraham stood there in my place and kept my charge. For this is my work. I cause the world to become worthy. And even if people are guilty, I cause them to become worthy. I also bring them back and place it in their hearts to do the will of their Father in heaven. All this Abraham did. As it is written, he planted a tamarisk in Beersheba, and there he called on the name of the Lord, God of the world. He arranged his bread and his water for all who came into the world. He would cause them to become worthy and speak to their hearts. Whom are you serving? Serve the Lord God of heaven and earth. He would expound to them until they returned. And from where do we know that he caused even the guilty to become worthy? As it is said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am doing? Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Rather, I will cause him to become worthy. For I know that he will ask mercy for them and cause them to become worthy. Can one say that the Holy One, blessed be he, did not know that they could not be saved? Rather, he said it in order to make Abraham worthy. From here, they said, one who comes to be purified, they assist him. One who comes to be defiled, they open for him. What does they open for him mean? Those gates that are always open. My commandments, my statutes, and my Torahs. Since he did not desire it, he said, I will keep its commandments. And what are my Torahs? Even the instructions and arguments that are taught above. He knew them and fulfilled them. Section 193. And what is from there the shepherd, the stone of Israel? From there the stone of Israel is nourished. And what is from there? You must say the upper righteous one. And what is it? This is the great hidden light. This is Sefer. And the stone that dwells below it is called Dar. And what are the rays of which it is said he had rays from his hand? They are the 5 fingers of the right hand. Section 194. Rabbi Rehumai said, This is what I received. When Moses sought to know the knowledge of the honored and awe-inspiring name, may he be blessed, and said, Show me, please. Your glory, he sought to know why there is a righteous person for whom it is good, a righteous person for whom it is bad, a wicked person for whom it is good, and a wicked person for whom it is bad. They did not make it known to him. Would you think they did not make it known to him at all? Rather, they did not make known to him what he had requested. Could it enter your mind that Moses did not know this secret? Rather, Moses said, I know the ways of the powers, but I do not know how thought spreads through them. I know that truth is in thought, but I do not know its parts. He sought to know them, and they were not made known to him. Section 195. Why is there a righteous person for whom it is good, and a righteous person for whom it is bad? Because this righteous person had already been wicked previously, and now he is punished. But is a person punished for the days of youth? Did Rabbi Simon not say that the court above does not punish except from 20 years old and upward? He said to him, I was not speaking of his present life. I was saying that he had already been so previously. His companion said to him, How long will you seal your words? He said to them, Go out and see a parable. To what may this be compared? To a person who planted a vineyard in his garden. He hoped it would make grapes, but it made wild grapes. He saw that it had not succeeded. He planted it, fenced it, repaired its breaches, cleaned the vines of the wild grapes, and planted it a second time. He saw that it had not succeeded. He fenced it, planted it again after cleaning it, and saw that it had not succeeded. He uprooted it and planted it. Until how long? They said to him, For 1,000 generations, as it is written. The word that he commanded for 1,000 generations, this is what they said. 974 generations were lacking. And the Holy One, blessed be he, arose and planted them in every generation. Rabbah said, If the righteous wished, they could create a world. What separates? Your iniquities, as it is written, your iniquities have separated between you and your God. Thus, if not for your iniquities, there would be no separation between you and him. For Rava created a man and sent him before Rabbi Zirah. Rabbi Zirah spoke with him, but he did not answer. If not for your iniquities, he would have answered. And from what would he have answered? From his soul. But does a person have a soul to put into him? Yes, as it is written, he breathed into his nostrils the soul of life. A human being has a soul of life, but because of your iniquities, the soul is not pure. This is the separation between you and him, as it is written. You have made him a little less than God. What is a little? That he has iniquities, and the Holy One, blessed be he, has none. Blessed is he, and blessed is his name forever and ever. Iniquities he does not have, but the impulse, does it come from him? Would it enter your mind that it comes from him? Rather say that it used to come from him until David came and killed it. This is what is written, my heart is hollow within me. Thus David said, since I could not overcome it otherwise, evil shall not sojourn with you. And by what did David overcome it? By his study, for he was not silent night or day. He joined the Torah above, because every hour that a person studies Torah for its own sake, the Torah above is joined to the Holy One, blessed be he. This is what we say, a person should always study Torah, even not for its own sake, for from not for its own sake one comes to study for its own sake. And what is this Torah of which you spoke? It is the bride adorned and crowned and included in all the commandments. It is the treasury of the Torah, and it is the betrothed of the Holy One, blessed be he, as it is written, Moses commanded us Torah, an inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. Do not read Morasha, inheritance, but Mirasa, betrothed. How so? When Israel occupy themselves with Torah for its own sake, she is the betrothed of the Holy One, blessed be he. When she is the betrothed of the Holy One, blessed be he, she is an inheritance for Israel. Section 107. Rabbi Amorai sat and expounded. Why did Tamar become worthy that Perez and Zerah came from her? Because her name was Tamar. But Tamar, the sister of Amnon, was she fit for this? And why were they called Perez and Zerah? Perez was called by the name of the moon, for the moon is broken at times, and will be built in the future. Zerah was called by the name of the sun, for the sun shines continually in one way. But Perez was the firstborn, and the sun is greater than the moon. This is not difficult, for it is written he put out a hand, and it is written afterward his brother came out, on whose hand was the crimson thread, and he called his name Zerah. He was the one who should have been firstborn. But because of the joy of the Holy One, blessed be he, who foresaw that Solomon would come from Perez, and that Solomon was destined to say the Song of Songs, he turned to Maddie. Section 198. And why was she called Tamar, and not by other names, because she is female? Would you think only female? Rather, because she includes male and female, for all date palms include male and female. How so? The lulav is male. The fruit is male on the outside and female within. How? In the date pit, which is split like a woman. Corresponding to it is the power of the moon above. The Holy One, blessed be he, created the human being male and female, as it is said, male and female, he created them. Can one say this? But is it not written God created the human being in his image? In the image of God he created him, and afterward I will make him a helper corresponding to him. And he took one of his ribs and closed flesh beneath it. Rather say this, creation is written about them, making is written about them, and formation is written about them. At the time of the making of the soul, he made them male and female. Formation came when he joined the soul to the body and gathered the spirit. And from where do we know that this formation is a language of gathering, as it is written? The Lord God formed from the ground every beast of the field and every bird of heaven, and brought them to the human being to see what he would call them. This is what is written, male and female, he created them. And it is written, God blessed them, section 199. The soul of a female comes from the female, and the soul of a male from the male. This is why the serpent went after Eve. He said, since her soul is from the north, I will seduce her quickly. And what was the seduction in her? That he came upon her. Section 200, his students asked him, tell us how the event happened. He said to them, the wicked Samael conspired with all the hosts above against his master, because the Holy One, blessed be he, said, rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of heaven. He said, how can we cause him to sin and drive him out from before him? He descended with all his troops and sought a companion on earth like himself. He found the serpent. The serpent had the form of a camel, and he rode upon it. He went to the woman and said to her, even though God said from every tree of the garden, but I will seek more and add, so that she may subtract. She said, he did not withhold from us except the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden. God said, you shall not eat from it, and you shall not touch it, lest you die. She added two things. She said, from the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden, though it was said only, from the tree of knowledge. And she said, you shall not touch it, lest you die. What did the wicked Samael do? He went and touched the tree. The tree cried out and said, wicked one, do not touch me, as it is said. Let not the foot of pride come to me, and let not the hand of the wicked move me. There the workers of iniquity have fallen. They are thrust down and cannot rise. He went and said to the woman, behold, I touched the tree and did not die. You also touch it, and you will not die. The woman went and touched the tree. She saw the angel of death coming toward her. She said, woe to me! Now I will die, and the Holy One, blessed be he, will make another woman and give her to Adam. Rather, I will cause him to eat with me. If we die, we will both die, and if we live, we will both live. She took and ate from the fruits of the tree, and also gave to her husband. His eyes were opened, and his teeth were set on edge. He said to her, what is this that you fed me, that my teeth have been set on edge? Just as my teeth have been set on edge, so the teeth of all generations will be set on edge. He sat in true judgment, as it is said. A righteous judge. He called to Adam and said to him, why did you flee from me? He said to him, I heard your voice in the garden, and my bones trembled. I was afraid, because I am naked, and I hid. Because I am naked means, I am naked of my deeds. Because I am naked of commandment. Because I am naked means, I am naked of my actions, as it is said, because I am naked and I hid. What was Adam's garment? Skin of nail. Once he ate from the fruits of the tree, the skin of nail was stripped from him. He saw himself naked, as it is said, who told you that you are naked? Adam said before the Holy One. Blessed be he, master of all worlds. When I was alone, did I sin against you? Rather, the woman whom you brought to me. She led me astray from your words, as it is said, the woman whom you gave to be with me. The Holy One, blessed be he, said to her, was it not enough that you sinned, but you caused Adam to sin? She said before him, master of all worlds, the serpent enticed me to sin before you. He brought the three of them and decreed judgment on them, 9 curses and death. He cast down the wicked Samael and his company from the place of his holiness, from heaven. He cut off the legs of the serpent, cursed it more than every beast of the field and every animal, and appointed over it that it would shed its skin after 7 years. Samael was punished by becoming the prince of wicked Esau. In the future, when the Holy One, blessed be he, uproots the kingdom of Edom, speedily in our days, he will first lower Samael, as it is said, the Lord will punish the host of the high heaven on high, the saying, the death, and the punishment. All this came because she added to the command of the Holy One, blessed be he. Of this it is said, whoever adds subtracts. May the name illumine our eyes with the light of his Torah. May he place his fear in our heart and make us worthy to meet him. He who illumines hearts, awakens the heart of understanding, and makes the radiance of the eyes shine.